no better animal to represent the ocean's beauty than the killer whale.
They live in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the Pacific and beyond.
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
complex learning abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired guests all over the world to care about their natural environment, and we're excited to share their story with all of you here today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer. High flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that and more. These behaviors contribute to an environment that is full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our this creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today, we'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors help to strengthen their social bonds and enable them to problem solve as a group. Working together as a team is what makes the killer whale the ocean's top predator. Scientifically, they're known as the Orcinus orca and more commonly referred to as the killer whale. And here at SeaWorld, we know them as Katina, Melanie, Malia, Trua, and Makayo, our killer whale family. And while Makayo is the youngest member of our pod at 15 years old, his mother Katina is the oldest at 49, and she is our matriarch and leader of our pod. SeaWorld's animal training techniques create a language between us and the whales. It's a language of learning through positive reinforcement, encouragement, commitment, and ultimately care. Through these techniques and our relationships, the whales learn to trust us, and they even learn to take an active role in their very own health and well-being. One of the very first healthcare behaviors that we teach all of our pod members is called a present. And what we do is we ask the whales using hand signals to roll over ventrally or upside down and present their tail flukes just like Makayo is going to demonstrate right here in our slide. Now you'll notice that when he rolls over, not only do we get a great look at his entire body, but we also get access to the blood vessels that are easily seen on the white undersides of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians will collect a blood sample at least once a month, and all of the whales are taught to remain calm and relaxed just like this throughout the entire procedure. You'll notice us as trainers giving them rub down on different parts of their bodies, sometimes their backs, their bellies, their pectoral flippers, or even their tail flukes. And since killer whales have such they're very tactile animals, that means that we can reinforce them or reward them for making calm during procedures like this by giving them something like a background. And it's also a great way for us to strengthen our relationships with the whales. But blood samples are just one of the many ways that we can ensure their health. Another very important diagnostic is weighing them. To weigh a killer whale, we will ask them to slide their bodies up and onto a giant killer whale size scale. When they slide up, there's a portion of their body from their dorsal fin all the way down to their tail flukes that remains in the water called the peduncle. It's very muscular and very heavy. In fact, natural athletic abilities we see in all killer whales is the ability to lift their entire body up and out of the water, spin around completely, and then re-enter. But in this instance, to get away on Trua, who weighs in at over 8,000 pounds, all we have to do is ask him to lift his tail fins up and out of the water, just like this. Now, training this posture enables us to ensure accuracy, so we know that our younger whales are growing properly and our older whales are maintaining a healthy weight.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Hello again, everyone. I'm down here on the left side of the stadium, and we just learned that killer whales love to play. In fact, they learn a lot through mimicry and observational learning, and from a very young age, they will pick up on necessary life skills by watching and playing follow the leader. We're going to put that to the test today with Makayo, Trua, and all of you guys. Are you ready to have some fun? Awesome, because I'm going to need your help. We're going to start with the left side of the stadium on your feet. You guys are going to be the leaders, and Makayo is going to follow. What we're going to do is we're going to slowly take our right hand and lift it up to the sky. Ready? Nice and slow. Up to the sky. All right, now give them a big wave, everyone. Well done, guys. You guys did great. Let's give him a big round of applause. He did awesome for that. Now, Makayo is paying very close attention to what you are all doing. And killer whales are curious animals. They can often be seen sky hopping or jumping completely out of the water to get a better look around. We're going to get to see a demonstration of this in just a moment. Now, on the right-hand side of the stadium, everyone on their feet, you guys have a different hand signal. Very similar, but a little bit different. You're going to take your left hand out to your side. When I say go, slap your thigh and bring it back to the sky. 1, 2, 3, go! All right, Trua saw it and he is on his way. Killer whales will reach for a number of different reasons. Sometimes it's to stun their prey. Sometimes it's to scratch an itch. But more often than not, they will reach just simply to show off. For example, we've learned that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is about 17 months. That's information that will be impossible to obtain in the wild. Some information, however, can only be gained through field research, and that's why SeaWorld partners with groups like the Norwegian Orca Survey and NOAA to advance killer whale education. Killer whales are powerful animals, and perhaps the best expression of that power is seen when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal can be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will teach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create baits that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail flukes.
So killer whales create waves when they hunt, and they use their tail flukes to stun their prey. You're about to see a demonstration. For our killer whales, it's a high-energy activity session, but for all of you, it means it's time to get wet!
we hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassadors of the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful.
But still, Bomber.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable. Don't give up. Be inspired.
The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming. But together, we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect.
So much to explore.
The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow